Hey everybody, I'm Jack with Future Pastimes. I'm the designer of the ECAS and Moritani expansion for the Classic Dune board game, the 2019 edition. It's the third expansion for that game, and one of the variants in that expansion is something called Nexus cards. And a Nexus card is something that you can draw at the end of a Nexus if other factions are in an alliance, but you are not. Now, each Nexus card has 3 different effects, and there's only one effect that's possible. It just depends on which factions are in the game and which faction you are. There are 12 Nexus cards, each one corresponding to one of the factions, and you use the whole deck. And we're going to take a closer look at the Moritani Nexus card. So we're going to look at the different effects. The first one is called Betrayal, and that is that Moritani is in the game, but the player drawing it was not playing the Moritani faction. Then we have the Cunning effect, which is if Moritani has drawn their own Nexus card. And then finally, the Secret Ally effect is if Moritani is not in the game. So only one of these is possible. Let's start by looking at the Betrayal effects, which these work very much like a Karama would work. It stops some advantage that faction has. So in this case, you remove a terror token from the board, returning it to Moritani. It is not revealed. And this can be done at any time. Probably when you want to ship or move your forces into the territory containing one. Yeah, that is what that does. Normally, Karama doesn't let you do that, but the Nexus card does. So sometimes these really can get at different advantages that are normally unaffected by Karama. The second effect is if Moritani draws their own card. Now, there is a rule that if you draw your own Nexus card, you can immediately discard it to draw another one, and that is because some of these cunning effects are really only applicable in an advanced game. They don't work in basic. This one would work in either case. So if Moritani draws their own Nexus card, when you place a terror token, it may be placed in any territory on Arrakis, even one that already has a terror token. Now, normally you can only place the terror tokens in strongholds. If for some reason you want to put it somewhere else, maybe the Polar Sink, maybe on a Spice Blow, or you want to put 2 terror tokens in the same stronghold. And that is a very strong deterrent. So maybe you say, yeah, I've got one Moritani force in Arakeen, and I'm going to put 2 terror tokens there. There's one there already. I'm going to add another one using the Nexus card. So there's a big keep out sign over Arakeen. Finally, we have the Secret Ally effect. And these are normally supposed to work like the alliance ability that a faction would bestow upon their ally if they were in the game. So in this case, if you have the Secret Ally effect for the Moritani Nexus card, when you lose a battle that had a winner, keep 1 treachery card you played in the battle that you would have been able to keep had you won. And that is pretty much the alliance ability for Moritani. So this is nice little insurance policy. If you get into a battle and you had a nice weapon or defense that you would be able to keep if you'd won the battle, but you end up losing it, you can still keep that. So you're like, you know what, I like having that laser gun, or whatever the case may be. So that is how they work. It's a very, I think, accessible variant for Dune. It's pretty easy to understand. So I bring it in even with new players because they're getting everything else going on in Dune. They can handle this as well. They don't come up all the time. You're waiting for there to be a Nexus. And it's designed to encourage people to not jump straight into an alliance right away. They have a nice little secret effect. They are all one shot, but nobody knows which one you have. So it's a nice little surprise for you to have in the game to encourage you to try to win solo. So that's it for this video, everybody. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.